Hello, and welcome to the 5-Minute Story Hour. Stories are sticky, meaning they are more memorable than any essay. Stories remind and challenge with regard to values and behaviors. They may even outflank our resistance to grow or change. And that reminds me of a story. This is a very old story. It's plus or minus 1,800 years old, but it still has an incredible currency, maybe even especially in our time. The sages in my Jewish tradition are debating whether it's appropriate or not to attend the gladiatorial combats of ancient Rome. And of course, as you would surmise, they determine, no, we must stay away from such barbarism and brutality. It is a polluting of the arena and a polluting of those who witness. And then Rabbi Nathan, a relatively minor sage in Jewish tradition. In fact, as I vaguely recall, his name appears all of twice in the 60-plus volumes of what we call the Talmud. He says, we have to go. The sages, a little bit disturbed by his interruption, say, what's your reasoning? And he says, when the crowd shouts for the blood of the defeated gladiator and goes thumbs down, by the way, you may be aware that some scholars nowadays are asserting that it was the opposite. Thumbs down meant survive, but why ruin a good story with the possibility of some new discoveries? When the crowd shouts thumbs down, shouts for the blood of the defeated gladiator, our job is to shout thumbs up. And as I consider that story in our time and in my life, there's more than enough evidence out there that could easily lead to cynicism, despair, to a notion of powerlessness. What can I do? But our job, for as long as the breath of life resides in us, no matter what, is, I would say, to insist and maybe even shout, thumbs up to life, to caring, to making a difference. Let's report for duty and make sure we're shouting it loud and clear. So that's our story for this moment. Until the next time, may your story continue to grow for 5 minutes and much, much more. After all, we should never, never stop growing.